G'day there guys, Marky here, and welcome back to another episode of r/relationship advice. With that said, I want you to sit back, relax, chuck a prawn to the barbie, and let's get right into it. Posted by user Alexa Bay 7, titled, "My boyfriend ordered me a salad the other day and told me that I needed to lose weight. I'm about 5'5"-ish and 138 pounds. I work out several times a week and I can deadlift 200 pounds easy. The other day, my boyfriend and I were at a restaurant, and when I was about to order a steak, he interrupted me and told the waitress that I'll have a salad. I asked him why he would do that, and he told me that I needed to lose weight because I was too buff. When I told the waitress that I will be having the steak, my boyfriend said that's fine, I can have the steak, but he won't be paying for it. So I had the medium rare juicy steak all by myself, and the next day he told me that he'll break up with me unless I start eating salads like a lady. Is he just insecure that I have muscles, or does he want a skinny girl? I think he may be insecure that you have muscles, but it seems as though this is something that is a deal breaker with him. So much so that he thinks that he can force this on you instead of having to talk about it and discuss why he believes this. Huge red flag, that one. Doesn't seem like this is someone that I would stay with, but hey, you can stay with them if you'd like. In the comments, Echidna29 says, "Do you want to date someone who thinks they can dictate what you can and can't eat because of what they think that you should look like?" And OP replies, "No, it's just that up until that day in the restaurant, he accepted the way that I looked. He even called me Supergirl. So I'm trying to figure out why all of a sudden he doesn't like the way that I look anymore. I guarantee his friends are commenting on your physique. You can drop 200 pounds real quick by dumping him. She can deadlift his ass out the door." Exactly. OP, it doesn't matter which one he is telling you what to eat and is trying to get you to lose weight that you don't want to lose. It says everything you need to know about him. Look, I'll go work out with her just to get her to a point where she can dropkick him right out of her life. She's being diligent about keeping her body in shape. This is admirable. She's at a good weight for her height, because lifting will cause you to gain weight as you build muscle. She's probably addicted to it like so many others who have discovered the joys of weightlifting. It's not a bad thing, and I'm having a hard time envisioning how awkward it must be for her to be with a dude who doesn't appreciate this about her, and actually denigrates her for it. Her self-esteem is worth tons more than his butthurt at his woman being too buff. Honestly, what is wrong with some dudes? I hesitate to call him a man because he's behaving like a child. He shouldn't be controlling what you're eating. Honestly, I'll say he's right in her needing to lose the weight. She has this dead weight she calls boyfriend. She'll lose it when she leaves him fast enough that his head will spin. It's pretty funny because if his complaint is that you are too buff, then attempting to reduce your carbs, etc. will result in you weight cutting, which will exacerbate the buffness. He's established that not only does he want you to adhere to old school norms, but also that he has no qualms about controlling what you eat or making a scene to do so. Like, my God, my toes curl at the idea of someone talking over me regarding my own order at a restaurant and then putting me down like that. And be particular about that. He said, like a lady. So it isn't just about being skinny, it's about you adhering to his idea of what a lady is, and that is a dark path to walk down. Let him walk away. He wants you to be someone that you aren't. He wants you to do what he says. The reality is that he is now attempting to set a terrifying precedent. The idea that he has the right to order you around and make this kind of ultimatum. If you capitulate, he will just be emboldened to keep doing it. In my eyes, this relationship is already done. And now, onto the update. I broke up with him earlier today, because I know that today it's control over what I can eat, tomorrow it's what I can wear, with whom I can hang out with, ending with physical abuse. Reading the comments confirmed that I'd be insane to continue to date him. I should be grateful that he revealed his true self, or exposed his red flags early on in our relationship, and not when we were too deep in it. And of course, he became enraged at my decision and called me a fat bitch who will never find anyone better than him because no man wants a woman who is as strong or stronger than him. I told him he can go F himself, and if he tries to hurt me, as he threatened to do so, I will get a restraining order. Damn, looks like the psycho finally came out. Good on you for leaving him, OP. I think that was the best decision that you could have made in this instance. I think this guy has been watching a bit too many influential male figures on the manosphere space of the internet. It is insane how fast some people can be indoctrinated into these disgusting ways of thinking, but hey, I'd love to know what your thoughts are on this. Let me know down in the comments below. Our next post is by user LilFruity01, titled, Am I the asshole for not apologizing to my girlfriend's parents? I, 17 male, am moving in with my girlfriend, 17 female, and her parents. I do not get along very well with them, but have been trying to make it work. They had just bought a new kitchen appliance set. Yesterday, I was alone in the house and decided to make dinner for the family. After preheating the oven, it began to smoke. I called my girlfriend's mom, not knowing what to do, but was brought to voicemail. To my surprise, I unknowingly melted a plastic dish cover, causing the oven to smoke, as well as leaving an odd plastic coating throughout the oven. Keeping in mind I've never lived in a household that stores things in the oven, my girlfriend's mom calls me back after I'd already removed everything inside the oven. I tell her what happened, and she starts yelling at me through the phone that I'm stupid for not opening it to check before turning it on, and to stop cooking because she doesn't want her kitchen destroyed. Later that night, when everyone arrived home, I didn't say much due to the confrontation that we had on the phone. I do not do well with conflict, and tend to get very anxious. My girlfriend told me that I should have apologized to them for almost ruining their brand new oven, and for melting the plastic. Me being upset and stubborn, I do not feel the need to apologize for the accident, seeing as this is not the first time her mum has blown up on me for a simple mistake. Am I the asshole? OP has offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the asshole. I may be the asshole because I did not apologize for possibly ruining my girlfriend's parents' new oven. It is quite expensive, and I don't really have much remorse for the way that I handled the situation. For my opinion on this one, OP, having no remorse over that, / not having any empathy, big red flag as a character personality trait, buddy. You being upset and stubborn is not an excuse for not apologizing for destroying someone's oven or damaging it in the way that you have. I understand you're 17 years old and you're trying to assimilate more into society and be a normal person, but this is very much abnormal. This behavior will get you kicked out of this house, and the parents will tell her to break up with you, because who wants to date a dickhead like you? Why would someone intentionally put themselves through that? You see all those TikToks of their 30-year-old divorcee dating an 18-year-old, and you just went, wow, that's goals right there. I'd love to be that guy. Learn from these mistakes, OP. Yes, it is a simple mistake, but if you don't apologize, that is a huge social faux pas. You're the asshole. In the comments, Not Creative At All 16 says, You're the asshole. Apologize to the people letting you live in their house. You almost ruined their new stove and you could have caused a fire. Acknowledge, move on, but you are 100% in the wrong here. It's called accountability. You're the asshole. Just because it wasn't intentional doesn't mean that you shouldn't apologize. And people who believe otherwise piss me the F off. Just because you didn't mean to doesn't mean it wasn't your fault. Oh my god, nothing makes my rage hit 10 out of 10 quite like people who don't understand that. You still messed shit up. I am mad about it. But I didn't mean it. I didn't do it on purpose. It's not my fault, you. Why should I apologize for something I didn't mean? What's the big deal? Bruh, it infuriates me when people like OP can't even comprehend the basic accountability of their actions and own up to it. You're the asshole. Apologize. Also, word of advice, if you are dependent on them for the roof over your head, then show more respect. If this story is any indication, I'm thinking the parents don't like him for good reason. And must be pretty nice people since they're still letting him move in. Yeah, exactly. And they're 17? Just a weird situation overall. Lots of missing context. And now, onto the update. Thank you all for your input and advice. I spoke to my girlfriend's mum and apologized. We're okay now. I know I have a lot of learning and growth to go through and appreciate the feedback. Our next post is by user CryptographerTop7622, titled, If you let me sleep with another man, I'll like you even more. Male 29, female 26. So I've, male 29, been dating a woman, female 26, for about 2.5 months. We met in Paris but have had to do long distance. She's currently in Portugal and I'm in Paris. She's going to live in Portugal for the next 6 months at least, but says that she wants to come to Paris after that. She's from Mexico, and this is her first time living away from home at 26. We've messaged every day for 3 months and seen each other face to face twice. She came to spend 4 days with me in Paris a couple of weeks ago, and it was amazing. We are seeing each other again soon, but recently she's told me that she's tempted by a guy in Portugal. She said I'm amazing and she wants to be with me, therefore nothing will happen. However, she also said if I allowed her to hook up with this Portuguese guy, she would like me even more. She said she doesn't want an open relationship, but it would be fragile masculinity if I had an issue with her hooking up with someone else while we're in the early stages of dating. I really like her, but this feels like a big red flag. Thoughts? In the wise words of Frozen, let it go. Just let it go. Go find someone else that doesn't ask you for permission to hook up with other people while in the early stages of dating. That's very much abnormal. That shouldn't be something that you accept, and let it go. You will only be hurting yourself more if you stay in this relationship knowing that she's out there sleeping with other people. Don't do that to yourself, OP. In the comments, Airplane Porn says, yeah, dump her immediately. Why would you stay with someone who immediately pulls the manipulation card when she wants to screw another guy? Tell her you are obviously too fragile for her nonsense and forget her contact info. Do not even bother trying to work through this by telling her no or communicating anything about this issue. Just dump, or you'll spend the rest of the relationship with her manipulating and insulting you every time she wants to screw a new guy. Seriously, they've only been talking for 3 months and have only seen each other in person a few times. Way too early for this nonsense. At least she flew that red flag high and early. 10 weeks, one of which has been talking about another man that she wants to jump for the rest of the year. Lol, don't fall for this garbage, my dude. She's trying to have a relationship with no responsibility. You are doing your part, but she wants to dabble outside and come back when she's done. Firmly tell her she can go hook up with this other guy at the expense of the relationship. The choice is hers, and even after saying this, it's possible she could still do it behind your back, 'cause how would you know? Big, big red flag. Her telling me all of this would already be enough of a deal breaker, and I'd tell her to have fun and then block her. OP should maintain his dignity and do the same. Yup, no way you can trust her in a long-distance relationship. Run. This will go on throughout your relationship. Be thankful that she is showing you who she is early on. You have very little invested at this point. It is not worth continuing for anything more than friends with benefits. She wants the best of both worlds, security from you while sex with others. By saying fragile masculinity, she is using passive aggressiveness to gaslight you. She is bad news. You deserve better. I'm sorry about this. For me, any talk about my masculinity is grounds for the relationship to end. The only person who decides the status of my masculinity is me. And now, onto the update. Overwhelmed by the responses, truly, thank you everyone. As an update, I called it a day this evening. She admitted she tried to manipulate me, but accidentally. Always tricky to break up with someone, but I knew deep down that she's not the one. Ideally, I'll find a nice woman who's keen for a healthy relationship someday. And that's where I'm going to end today's episode, guys. I do hope you enjoyed. If you did, let me know what you thought of it down in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.